Alright, welcome back. I know, you're gonna get a lot of notifications from me this week, just to be completely honest and transparent with you, because I'm doing 3 videos today, and I plan to do 3 videos a couple days from now, and 2 videos the other 2 days, so anyway. Alright, now we are going to move on to another story that I loved. It's another short one, but it's a really good one, and I know a lot of people really enjoyed this one, so I don't know if this is correct, but I believe this was the first cryo-sleep story that I read. I may be wrong on that, but it might have been. If it wasn't, I'm sorry to the author that was, but if it was, I can understand why I chose this one. So, that said, I'm gonna shut up and let you guys enjoy the story, which is, I've been caught inside of a time bubble and strange things are here, by lordpoee. Enjoy. I am writing this because I literally have nothing else to do. I have no internet, I can't make calls, and I can't open my front door because, like the chair that I'm sitting in, it seems fixed in place. The computer and the lights are still working, and so is the fridge. It seems like anything run on electricity seems to be unaffected. Perhaps my body's own bioelectricity is preventing me from being affected as well. Outside the bubble, nothing seems to be moving at all. My neighbor has been standing at his mailbox now for about 4 days. Or rather, I have slept twice since this began, and I generally stay awake for long periods. I have watched about 11 or so movies. While my computer still seems to be working, the clock is not advancing. It has been stuck at 1:49:14 a.m. since this began. Typing this has been laborious because it seems I must wait after typing just a few words. I found out that I can climb out my window, just as I return from my bathroom break. So, the bubble, or however it is shaped, runs through my front door, through my side window, and through the very front of my car. I can extend my hand outside the bubble, but it's freezing cold. I poked my hand through for just a moment, and it felt like a burning cold. Not good news for my escape, but an interesting discovery nonetheless. I feel better in a way, having learned something tangible about this intangible force. It is only a hypothesis, but everything around the barrier is frozen in time. Absolute zero. I think, though, that sticking my hand through the barrier has created a hole of some kind. Things are coming through. They don't seem to be aware of me. I tried to take a picture with my camera, but all the photos are black. They seem to be drawn to the lights, almost like insects. They just lazily drift around the room, bathing in the light. Occasionally, they bump into me. They have the texture of jelly, but they passed through my hand harmlessly. There is definitely some tactile sensation. I can feel the bump and the jelly. It's not a liquid or solid or gas. They're composed of what I can only describe as cold plasma. I am afraid to sleep again. There are so many of them now. What would happen if I turned the lights off? Would I be able to turn them back on? And that's when it hit me. Maybe the light is what's causing the time bubble. Is that why they are here? What happens if I do turn that light off? Eventually, I became exhausted. I fell asleep in my chair, and I only just woke up on the floor. To my relief, it seems the creatures didn't try to eat me, they just continued to bathe in the light. Though now, some of them have taken to bathing in the light of my computer monitor. I have solved the problem by placing a towel over my head and the monitor. If they were gonna eat me, I think they would have done so already. Now, I know that I'm not in normal time, and I think despite my motionless neighbor, I think time is moving normally outside the bubble. My clock finally moved. It now says 1:49:15. The seconds counter has moved forward, which means, well, I feel like I am typing this normally. In reality, I'm typing very, very, very quickly. This whole time, I thought my computer was freezing, but it's not. I'm typing faster than the machine can process. That could explain why all the pictures are black, and why my internet and phone connection don't work. Okay, so I'm not sure how long ago I made the last update. The clock has moved to 1:51 now. I've watched Braveheart 13 times. The creatures, they're now motionless. They seem to have died. They kind of look like dead fish just floating against my ceiling. And I hear something on the other side of the bubble. A growling. There's light coming from my window, and it pours in like a creeping fog into my bedroom. I have this feeling in my primordial gut that something bad is on the other side of that light. There's only one thing left for me to do. I gotta flip the switch. So that was, once again, I'm caught inside of a time bubble and strange things are here. By lordpoee, a fantastic author that, unfortunately, I haven't seen any new posts by him in 8 months, so around the time this was written, which is really disappointing to see. It looks like he still comments, but maybe I'll go through his other stories and ask if I can use them here in the near future, because I do love his authorship, and I should probably reach out to some of these authors and reestablish that communication. So yeah, that was lordpoee. I loved this story way back. The idea of the jellyfish wraiths was actually pretty cool. The time bubble, the fact that everything on the outside was cold, like freezing cold, it all worked. I actually really liked where he was going with this, and there could have been more to it, in my opinion. But that was video 2 of the day. One more near the end of the day, and hopefully by the end of this week you guys aren't going to be tired of me, but maybe you will be. I don't know. We'll see. Alright guys, much love. See you in the next video, but until then, sleep well.